Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and we are actually starting to thaw out just for today. It's like 47 for the high today, and I have a beautiful Dodge Ram Laramie truck in. We are getting this ready for ceramic coating. It's for a family friend, and we're going to be trying out a new coating that is on the market, and I want to share it with you guys as far as prep, application, what my user experience is. For those of you that are looking for a durable, long-term quality coating to protect your vehicle, I want to share with you this new product that's just out on the market and what it can do for your vehicle. So let's go ahead, take a look at what we're working on today and get into it. So before I start introducing the product, let's just do a quick walk around. You can see we've got a beautiful metallic flake, but we've got some swirls on this paint. I believe this is a 2019 or 2020. Don't quote me on that. I'll look on the door jamb and get that year for you guys in a second. I've already done kind of a quick pre-rinse. Customer ran it through the car wash, but then drove it through the rain, so we kind of have to follow up and do a thorough wash. I have to do a strip wash on it anyways. So you can see we've got some road film, but the truck is absolutely beautiful. We've got to do our prep steps first, which is important for any coating to work. But let me share with you guys, this is Undrdog Lite Coating. We're also going to be using their soap. This is a prep and aftercare soap. This is a strip wash, but it's safe for ceramic coating. So it's similar to what you would find with like CarPro Reset. We're going to be experimenting with that today. We're going to use it in a foam cannon in our bucket. But Undrdog Lite Coating. I know I said in the intro of the video that it's a ceramic coating, but it's actually not. A lot of times when you talk about coatings, you're going to hear these buzzwords: graphene, titanium, ceramic, silica carbide, you name it. I know some are even, thrown out the word Kevlar recently. There's a lot of different kind of keywords to denote what type of coating this is. The way that I'm going to label this is a protective coating. There's a lot of different chemical components within this, but I want you to kind of think of this coating as a similar coating that you would encounter on a Teflon pot. It is heat resistant, scratch resistant, going to help prevent water spots, but extremely durable. This one product right here, with one layer, has claims up to 5 years. But if you properly maintain any coating, you should be able to see the maximum of the durability claims if you avoid car washes, high pH soaps, if you use pH neutral soaps or soaps that are specifically designed for that coating, use toppers, use plush microfibers. But a lot of times when you have any sort of coating on your vehicle, regardless of what the claims are, the customer may want to have the vehicle polished, let's say 2-3 years after, just from normal wear and tear. So that's where a product like this is going to be extremely convenient for the daily driver, for the average customer. This product right here, you can see when we open it up, we've got our coating safely encased in foam. This is the Sauce. This is their light version. One bottle should get us multiple vehicles. We're at least going to be able to get around this entire truck. This one coating here can actually be used on interiors as well as exteriors. You can use it on pretty much every substrate, but I would say fabric. You could use this on your leather, on your plastics in and out. You could use this on your exterior paint, on your wheels. So this is one product that's going to give you a multitude of options for whether you're the DIYer or the detailer. But this one bottle right here is going to cost you $49. That is fantastic value. A lot of coatings, especially one layer multi-year, they're going to start around the $100 mark. So because this product is so much more affordable, you can make it more affordable for your customers. Therefore, you can introduce a whole new market. And that is my intent with a product like this, because I can now do a wash, decontamination, a very quick paint enhancement, apply this coating for half the price of what I might have traditionally used. And that's going to bring in a whole lot more clientele for me because my overhead costs are a lot cheaper. Let's go ahead, get our prep done on this vehicle, and we will apply our coating. So let's get into it. All right, guys, we are all done with polishing the truck. It looks fantastic. We used a combination of 3D1 and a Rupes yellow foam polishing pad on my 21mm long throw. We've already done our panel wipe. We got probably 80 to 90% correction on our panel. You can see we've got fantastic gloss and shine. So I'm excited to go ahead and get this vehicle coated. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be using, and let me share a little bit more information with you guys. So Undrdog has very cool branding, actually some of the coolest branding that I have seen within the detailing industry in a long time. You can see we have the light coating and the pro coating. Light, you're going to have up to 5 years of protection. The pro, you're going to have up to 8 years, single layer products. Now, the key differences between these two coatings: one, slight price increase for the pro, and as far as application, light tends to have a more faster rainbow flash than pro. Pro has a slicker end feel, but can be a little bit grabbier when buffing off and leveling. But really, those are the two key differences when it comes to application. But other than that, they are very similar from what I've been told. I've not played with them yet, so I'm excited to test both of them out. We'll probably do a test side by side in the future on my test panel, just for me to kind of play with it. So we'll bring you in for that video in the future. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell off to the right so that way you can stay tuned for when that video drops. But when it comes to coatings on a vehicle, the two biggest issues are: one, that people aren't doing a proper contact wash, and two, they may get water spots because they are so hydrophobic. If you have hard water or live in a state where there's hard water, maybe acid rain, like Hawaii or things like that, you can be prone to having a lot of water spots on your protected or coated vehicle. So that is where Joel has designed WSP. This is his water spot remover. This is going to remove mineral deposits, stains, etc. off of your coating, and that will remove any sort of clogging that might occur from the coating, and kind of just boost it and refresh it. From there, to maintain, we have the Quick Detail. This is a product that you can actually use as a standalone product. Very slick, very easy to use, but this is what you would use to kind of refresh your coating from time to time periodically. You can see designed to clean and protect your vehicle, home, boat, or plane. So all of these products, as you can see, very easy. Instructions are very detailed on the back, but nothing complex. I do enjoy the fact that everything, even on his website, very cool design, but it's just very simple, very understandable for the average person, that you could pick this stuff up and use it yourself with no problems whatsoever. So we've done our proper prep. We've done our strip wash. We've done our decontamination. We've done our polish, and then our panel prep. So let's go ahead. We're going to do one panel for now, just to kind of see how light the application is. And then we will go ahead, buff and level, and then we'll move around the rest of the vehicle. So because typically with coatings, you want to start at the top and work your way down. But because I want to kind of play with this, I'm just going to do one side panel here just so I can get a feel for the flash time as well as for leveling and buffing off before I kind of undertake the entire vehicle. I want to make sure I kind of have a better understanding of managing my time. I don't want to chew off more than I can remove within that 10, 15, 20 minute time frame. I will say this: even though the cure time is 10 minutes minimum, and he says the longer you let it cure, the better the bond will be. Max is kind of 30 minutes. Give yourself some time or experience with this coating before you try to tackle 30 minutes. I'd say start around 10, 15 minutes. That's what I'm going to do for today, since this is my first time. Don't just go say, okay, I can do 30 minutes, do the entire vehicle, and then come around. Figure out what it's going to be like to level and buff off first. Get an idea of how long that's going to take before you just apply it to an entire vehicle and try to buff off, because you might end up biting off more than you can chew. So we're going to just do our one test panel, and we'll come back when we're ready for that. So I've done the roof, the hood, the truck bed, as far as the back tailgate, and the two front wheel panels. So essentially now all I have is just these straight shots around the sides of the vehicle. I'm noticing that I have about, maybe 2-3 panels at a time before I have to come in and level. So essentially we have these cool bottles. I just have a microfiber autosaver applicator pad. You can pick these up from Autofiber. You want to give a good amount, and we're just going to come in here. We're going to outline. We're just going to do half right now. And this is just typical ceramic coating, up and down, side to side, to ensure even coverage. You can see the rainbow effect on this coating rather quickly. That doesn't mean that it's ready to flash or to remove. Forgive me, it's getting later. I do have a window cracked, but it is a little bit of a stronger ceramic coating. Not the strongest I've ever dealt with, but it definitely has an odor to it. So make sure you guys have fresh air when you're doing this, as with any coating. You'll notice that I don't have a light shining directly on it. I'm using indirect lighting. So I have my Lutec light, and I'm actually shining it on the wall so that the kind of reflection of the light is going to help me see my coating. So let me come in here, pull you in close so you can see the rainbowing that's going on. So you can see we've already got that rainbow effect going on. A lot of coatings, that's your telltale time or your telltale to buff off. But with this coating, we're going to let it sit as recommended for the 10 minutes. Doesn't mean that it's difficult. It is a little grabby to remove. It's very similar to what you would encounter with like a graphene coating. You can just see this is our rainbow effect going on. So we're just going to keep moving panel by panel, get this applied, and then at our 10-minute mark, we will start removing. All right, so we are at 10 minutes. I was able to do this entire length of the vehicle, and from start to finish, gave it about 5 minutes. So what we're going to do, I have 3 microfibers here. 2 is standard, 3 is overkill. We're going to go for overkill. Like I said, this can be a little grabby, so what you want to do, since I started off, a half at a time, we're just going to do this half, then that half, just to give each section ample time. So we're going to come in here and just small circles, just buff off. Now coatings, your problem areas as far as high spots are going to be corners, turns, or like pieces where there's kind of an angle. So you want to pay special attention when you are doing your wipes or your leveling to get those sections. And we're going to do a final touch at the end, but we'll keep moving. You'll see that transfer solution in kind of moon pies. And then as you do your second level, you may see some streaks. And then by your third microfiber, you should have just a nice clean panel. Get in those tight corners. That's where your high spots are going to want to build up. And a high spot is essentially when you have 2 passes, like let's say you went over it 2 times and it dries high because it's an excess of product. So you just have to knock that down. So now we're just going to examine, look for high spots. There's my test panel ready to go. Looking good, looking glossy. All right, we have one more side to do and then we're done. All right, guys, we are all done applying our Undrdog Lite Coating to this Dodge Ram. We'll pull it out tomorrow and do a walk around for you guys to see. I think we were able to get all of the coating off without any sort of high spots, but we will do our inspection tomorrow just to make sure. But here's our end result for the night. I did use the whole bottle, so we're gonna have to kind of press pause on that hydrophobics test in the future, just because this has to cure for 24 hours before getting wet, and we can't hit it with any sort of soaps for about 7 days. So we will let the customer know if it gets wet after 24 hours, it should be fine. Just dry it off with a plush microfiber, but no soaps, no toppers or anything for at least a week. But fantastic gloss and shine on this. The reflection is outstanding. I'm really excited to see it tomorrow in the daylight. All right, guys, it is the morning after. We've inspected for high spots, and using that 3-towel method that Joel recommended, I actually do not have any high spots. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Sometimes with these grabbier coatings that are a little bit more tenacious with removal, I can have some high spots. There are absolutely none. This paint looks fantastic. We've got black paint with like a brown metallic flake within it. Customer, I think, is going to be so happy with the end result. This looks better than a brand new truck, to be honest with you. We've been able to provide multi-year protection for the customer with single layer, been able to provide it at an affordable price because the coating was affordable for me to purchase as an installer. And honestly, the end results speak for itself. We've got killer gloss as it cured overnight. We've got very nice slickness on the paint, and the longer it cures, the slicker the paint is going to get. So the fact that Joel told me that the Pro is slicker, and this is the light version, I'm extremely excited to see what the Pro will feel like once applied. I will be ordering a bottle of the Lite to be able to do that side-by-side comparison for you guys on my test panel so we can see the differences or the similarities between the two. But when it comes to using a product like this, whether you're a professional detailer wanting to provide an affordable product for your customers, or you're a DIYer, this is a fantastic contender within the coating industry. I know that a lot of times we get hung up on brands, we get hung up on buzzwords, keywords, and I know that sometimes it can be a little scary trying out a new company or a new product from a company. So this is why I wanted to share with you guys my experience for those of you that want to try out Undrdog for yourself. Honestly, it's so affordable, and with results like these, you kind of it kind of just makes it easy for you to try it out. So I encourage you guys, try this out for yourself and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, what your experience is like. But I'm very impressed. I will be continuing to use this coating in the future. The end result speaks for itself. I was able to do this entire truck with one bottle. I did contact Joel last night, and he said I probably put it on a little heavy because he's been able to get multiple vehicles out of one bottle. But with it being my first time, I just wanted to make sure. But honestly, fantastic end result, very user-friendly. The only thing that I would say, just make sure you have proper ventilation because the odor is a little strong. But when you have a tenacious coating like this, you're going to have, that's very typical of a lot of coatings that are within the industry. So just make sure you have proper ventilation. But it wasn't a drawback. It wasn't anything that made me feel sick. I've had some that made me feel absolutely horrible afterwards. Actually got sick from one coating. This, I did not have that experience. But very, very impressed with the end result. My customer will be extremely happy. So I hope you guys enjoy this extended look at Undrdog Lite Coating. Like I said, make sure you stay tuned for future videos where we're going to be testing out the Lite and the Pro side by side for you guys if you can't choose between the two. But for those of you looking for a multi-year coating for either yourself or your customers, very impressive. So thank you, Joel, for sending me this product to try out. This is the Undrdog, the Sauce Lite version. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section down below. It's about 20 degrees right now, and we are getting ready for some snow later on tonight and tomorrow. So I'm going to finish this baby up on the inside and get her back inside the heated garage. But thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and we will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.